I want you to imagine this. I'm a little pissed right now. Imagine this. Your school principal from the first 2 years of middle school. That sucks, mate. I can't say that because they're probably gonna see this, okay? But they're very strict and annoying. I never had an issue, but I always found them annoying, okay? Yeah. Don't take this to heart if you see this, okay? You just pissed me off, bro. Because you oversee this, bro. Okay? Imagine this. You have a deep passion for guitar. And you have two choices for your elective, but you have to choose one as a primary. And that's the one that you really, really want. And then for the second, you choose another one that you kind of want to do. I chose film production as second. For me to only find out that I'm not doing guitar one, I'm doing film production, which isn't that bad. But for my second elective, which I had to choose two more for, I did guitar one again. No, I have to do retail marketing. Retail marketing. You know how much this makes me sad? I don't sound or look sad right now, but I'm really sad about it. Like, that's actually just so fucked up, bro. Like, who does that, bro? That's so, like, genuinely annoying. Like, I'm gonna look at the camera for as long as I can, just to prove a point, bro. I could have gone longer than that, but my vision was getting really blurry. I was looking at my fucking controller. I'm actually so pissed off, bro. Like, and then when I was going to pick up all my shit, there was this annoying ass kid in front of me. Literally, I wore a blue Spider-Man shirt. Spider-Man is red and blue, by the way, and it was on a blue shirt. Do you know what this guy told me? I'm not affiliated with any sort of gang, by the way. I'm fat chud that loves, Star Wars, Spider-Man, Godzilla, Ghostbusters, Linkin Park, Gundam, Evangelion, Space Runaway Ideon, Anatomy. I don't know where all my Spawn stuff went up there. G.I. Joe, He-Man. Anything else I have up there? Well, kamikaze planes. Micronauts, I kind of forgot about that. And then I wore the blue Spider-Man shirt, and do you know what this dumbass told me? Bro is not a Crip. How am I trying to be one, bro? Literally, I just wore a blue Spider-Man shirt. Spider-Man is red and blue. Like, dude, who the fuck are you? We were acquaintances at the beginning of 6th grade. Never knew you past that because you turned into kind of a loser, bro. I would never say this to his face because he would be like, oh, I want to throw hands. And then I would probably get my ass beat because I'm not good at fighting. I would probably tank a lot of the hits though because I'm kind of fat. But, bro. It's just so annoying, bro. Like, who is this kid, bro? Like, bro. Like, genuinely. Who the fuck are you? But I was talking to one of my other friends about him. He's known that kid since freaking elementary, and he was like, dude, that is stupid, bro. Like, he's actually stupid. He doesn't sound like that, okay? I'm not saying who it is in case that person sees this, but he was like, well, that guy's always, bro, he's always been kind of dumb. I'm playing Halo, by the way. I'm gonna rant while talking till my brother comes in, because me and him watch like YouTube or ReZero or whatever the fuck. So, whatever the fuck. Wait, where do I go? Holy shit. But basically, it's just so annoying. Cause like, see, now I'm focused on the game. Now I'm not gonna be as focused on the video. But it's just actually so annoying. But back to the school thing, bro. Like, see, so one of my YouTuber friends, Doom25K, it makes me really sad when I say this. He was a really, really good friend of mine. For around when I first met him, we never made fun of each other. We were always like so close, bro. Like he acted like a stoner, right? I'm moving my hand, asshole. Really close friend, right? He acted like a stoner. Really cool guy, by the way. And then this year, he just became a try-hard poser. Like, that actually makes me so sad. And he's like, I'm not a poser! If you want to know what level of poser this guy was, he listened to Slipknot. And he stopped listening to them at some point, which was a good thing. So he kind of healed from that and he stopped listening to metal. But my issue is that he wanted to be like a stoner. Or he said he wanted to join the military. And then then start his band, so it's like it looks better for his career or something like that. Like, bro, one of my friends told me that he said he wanted to be like a drunk something, bro. Like, oh my god, like being a stoner kind of sucks because stoners are usually very poor, and they spend all of their money on drugs. Like, this guy's like not even like he's just he already acted like one beforehand. He was like, yo bro, that is crazy, but he looked a lot more tired. He also looked like Shaggy, but up until that point he started to look like Fred, you know, the YouTuber. Hey guys, it's me, Fred. He pitched his voice up, man. Well, not my friend, but Fred would. He has the haircut. And he also looked like Little Nicky, the freaking, that one movie that, what's his name made? Adam Sandler. He had like the haircut, like exact haircut, cause it did like this. It like went over perfectly in a straight, smooth line. And then I didn't even know hunters could laugh. And I just hit my balls when I dropped my hand. That actually hurt. But, hold on. Woo! But, see, we were gonna start a band, but we had an argument that wasn't even serious. He just got rage baited and said, I'm kicking you out of the band. It was my idea, by the way, so it really wasn't his, right? I'm not gonna say his band name because I still respect him, but, dude, he stole what I wanted to be. I wanted to be the guitarist and singer. I'm getting sad and mad just thinking about this and jealous because I'm not gonna hide that. I want to be transparent with my very, 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 very small audience. Okay? I don't want to hide anything because I don't want to do that, but this guy started his own band after we were still friends, and we still are. But it just makes me sad because like this guy, like I don't think he intentionally did it, but I remember he was like, dude, I want to play guitar. I'm really good at it. And then when I tried, I practiced and practiced, but no matter how hard I tried, I wasn't good at it. So that only limited me to being a vocalist, and I'm not a good vocalist either. I can only do like death metal stuff, and like I can sound like the guy from Tool, just like not even a lot. Death metal's like the thing I'm really good at, and I don't want to do death metal the entire time. I want to do other genres of metal. Tool is kind of metal, you know. It just makes me so sad. And then this guy started his band. I'm a metal purist, and he made a song. He didn't even post it yet, I'm pretty sure. His band is called, one of my friends told me that his band was called like Sound of Silence or something, or Silence of, or something like that. Really bad name, I'm sorry. I'm starting my own band. I'm still trying to figure things out. I'm writing the first 2 albums and lyrics. So my band is something to be based off of. We're called Space Runaway. And I already kind of look like the underground metal dudes. I just need really, really long hair. Because a lot of them are like fat dudes with long ass hair. Especially the guy from Cannibal Corpse. If you haven't seen that video where it's like, this song is about coming blood. Ah, and the security guards were like they look at each other like that. Like, I already have the look. I listen to more underground stuff than that friend, but it just genuinely makes me so sad. He started the band. He plays guitar and bass really good, and he's their metal vocalist. And their other guys are I forgot what other genre, but he's their other vocalist. But like, it just genuinely hurts me, dude. That was supposed to be me. That was literally gonna be me. But nah, I'm not even good at guitar. And I could have gotten the guitar and possibly gotten really good at it, but I was developing like basically like a preview of Carpal Tunnel, so I couldn't, because I do model building and I play games 24/7. I could barely move my hands, so I couldn't play guitar. Like, if I got it, I would have to wait a few months, and then I was worried that if I did that, my heart would die out. And also, I thought I wasn't gonna get it at all, so I was already really sad because these losers in my group, some of them were okay, but it was this one girl. She did no work. We got a really bad grade, and I thought that was gonna, like, that's it. Because the guitar I wanted was a Kelly Kex Black Loss Flying V. I think it was a Flying V. I'm not sure, but it was by Jackson or Fender. No, it's Gibson or Jackson. But it's just like, bro, I'm trying to think again. But if I played it, I definitely would have gone Carpal Tunnel, then I wouldn't be able to play at all. And I didn't even have the amp, so I wouldn't even be able to hear it, and then I wouldn't know how it sounds or not if I'm, you know, fingering the G string, because that's the only way I can describe it, because that's what other people say, especially Shredmaster Scott. He has a shirt that has like the emoji, and it says finger that G string. Like, bro, I'm sorry, but this old guy Shredmaster Scott is something else, bro. He's cool though. I type in his comments and he goes mo ha ha ha, like he types that out, or ha 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 ha. Like, this guy's funny, bro. Like, even in his videos he goes ha 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 ha. Bro. But he was one of my main inspirations for playing guitar. So was Dave Mustaine, more than James Hetfield, but got him. But oh shit. My first introduction to metal was Metallica. Obviously, that's like everyone's introduction to metal unless it's Black Sabbath. But Metallica was my gateway. Okay. Actually, no, I found out about Black Sabbath first. The first song I ever listened to from a metal band was War Pigs. Actually, no, Skillet was technically their new stuff because they're kind of metal. That was like not my gateway. It led me to Metallica, which was my true gateway to metal. And oh shit. Skillet isn't that good of a band anymore. They're kind of cheesy. But their prime was the early 2000s. They were really good back then. Their song Lucy gets me like it's really sad. It's a really good song though. What It Matters is also really good. But I've been harboring so much anger and sadness and hate for this guy that I'm talking about, man. And that sucks. It's just like everything that he wanted to be was what he was before. And now he's just kind of a loser. I remember this guy is so much of a poser and LARPer that this guy said, dude, I love, wait, what did he call him? He was talking about Pantera. He said, dude, he said Plantera. Dude, I literally corrected him and I said, dude, it's Pantera. And this is when I didn't correct him as much and I started to correct him more and more, which made him mad. But would you rather be right or wrong, bro? But he said, literally right after I corrected him, he went up to the PE coach and he said, I saw a cover band of Plantera. And then, this guy, tons of Ozzy Osbourne merch, and 2 Black Sabbath shirts, right? This guy, I'm like, bro, Black Sabbath was the first metal band. And this is when, this is a year after we started our friendship, right? This guy tells me, this loser, sorry, not a loser, I'm sorry, bro. This guy tells me Black Sabbath isn't the first metal band. And I said, dude, yes it is. He's like, no it isn't. White Zombie's the first metal band. And I said, dude, no it wasn't. They started in the 80s. Sabbath started in very late 70s, bro. No, late 60s, sorry. Bro, are you okay? There's no way you're not a poser at that point. Yeah, dude, Black Sabbath is not the first metal band. Bro. His ex-girlfriend, too. I wanted to warn him, but I couldn't, because I didn't want him to get upset. But she ended up being horrible, bro. Genuinely pure evil at that point. Not actually that bad, but she was pretty bad, dude. No. I don't mean bad, I mean, not worth it, bro. The looks are deceiving, bro. No. I remember, oh, so that's what that logo is. I'm actually so dumb for not knowing that. But, she got him to listen to a lot of punk bands, which he still kind of does. And I genuinely just hate punk bands, in my opinion. Okay? They think they're the originals. Not all of them. But most of them, they're we want to name our bands the most horrific thing ever. Because we're anarchists. Yeah, dude, my band is called Anal Cunt. Yeah, dude, my band is called Infant Annihilator. Yeah, dude, my band is called Harry Ballsack Pedophiles. That's not the last one I said wasn't a real band name, but the first two were. But that's something I'd just about hear. Dude, they try too hard, bro. They're genuinely tryhards. Oh, dude, let's name our band something crazy, dude. Yeah, dude. What should we name it? I don't want to sound like a bad person with the name I just came up with, okay? I don't think they would go this far. Actually, they probably would. Some of them that are die-hard punk heads, bro. They would, I can't say the first word, okay? Yeah, dude, my band is called Infant Murderer. we sing about, we just sing about stomping and murdering infants. Like, okay. What the fuck? It just kind of pisses me off, too. But I remember, like, every time my teacher would say, like a buzzword for me, I would, I remember he said, like, he was talking about, like, job stuff, because the kids in my class, I was in a sped class for math and science, okay? But the kids in my math, most of them, and in my science class were the same kids. They were all relatively really normal. It's just they didn't do their work, and that's how I got in there too. But the thing is, he was like, well, you can be a mortician, because my math teacher was like talking about what they could do just by kind of going to college but not doing that good. He said you could be a mortician. And then I look over at my teacher. He didn't notice me when I said this, but I always tell him, like I remember he said metal and like Metallica. And I remember this one isn't related, but he was like, he said something and then Burr, and I said Bill Burr. He's like, no, I said I spelt it another way. I'm like, oh, but literally, I remember he said Mortician, and I'm like, and then I look at him and I said Mortician. I like the band Mortician, and then. Like, my friend, ex-girlfriend, just snaps her head at me, bro. Like, that actually scared me. Like, she was, like, doing her work right, and I went, oh, Mortician, like the band Mortician. I said it kind of loud, but not that loud. And then I just see this. Holy shit, that scared me. There's something else I feel bad about, though. See, I have a really big issue. And it drives a lot of people away from me. It's okay. So I have a really bad staring issue. If there's someone that I want to be friends with, or I think looks, or I have a crush on them, I have a really bad staring problem, and I'm extremely antisocial when it comes to women. Okay. They think I'm weird, bro, and it makes me sad because I'm not, and I don't want them to think I'm just some like fat perverted dude. It makes me sad, dude. I remember there was this one girl, we called her the office dweller. Okay, me and one of my closer friends, because we didn't know her name. She has a long ass name, dude. She homeschooled though, but literally, bro, fucking, I had that same situation where they scared me. Okay, so she had gone to the library, right, to get a book, because she like wasn't there to get a book, right? Because the teacher was like, Miss Albaba, you asshole. She gave me a lunch and learn, by the way, before I say whatever I'm gonna say. She gave me a lunch and learn for doing what I'm supposed to do. She didn't tell us to do work. She said, after you finish your assignment, you can do your work, you can go on your laptops, play games or whatever. And then I said, okay, and me and my two really close friends, right? We fucking watched like car crash videos. That's pretty fucked up. But we were like laughing. We were pretty quiet too. We were watching like basketball fights too. Right? But she was like, "You two, quiet!" Like she just started yelling. I'm not trying to be funny like this video, okay? I just wanna let you guys know that. But she started yelling and she was like, "Stop being loud." Like, she was just being mean to be mean, and she gave all three of us lunch and learns, and she wouldn't update my grades so I wouldn't go to promotion, and it actually really pissed me off. Like, she updated our grades on the last day. Like, that actually really pissed me off. She just had a deep hatred for me and my black friend like him. I can say his name because I don't have much beef with him. He's pretty cool. I hated him for like 6th grade, sorry. But yeah, we were like, now we're like good friends, okay. But, back to what I was saying. The office dweller, I'm not gonna say your name obviously, very private. But, I can say the names of really whoever else I want. But, I remember, she was like looking for a book or something, And the reason why I got sent to the library, because I got War of the Worlds. We were gonna do a book report, and every year I choose War of the Worlds, so because I already read the story and it's a good book. And I just lied to my teacher. I said, "Oh, I already finished it. I already finished reading it. Cause can I just write my book report now? Because I like to finish my stuff fast, and I'm good at finishing my assignments fast and getting good grades on them because I type really fast, right?" But she said, "No, you're gonna have to do another book. You read that way too fast." And I'm like, "What? Why?" You know, and then she was like, "Because you just read it too fast. Like you needed a book. You need a book that you can read that'll take a long time, so you can do it over the time. Because she won't have work for me to do while everyone is doing that, unless she like prints out one of her stupid fucking what's it called word searches. Really annoying, by the way. She would just give us word searches, genuinely annoying. But I remember, like when I walked into the library,
We have what we came for. Let's get back to
I got my
Battlefield.
book. The librarian was like, "Here," and then she scanned my book. I turn around. The girl was short. She just, like, she made me jump. Like, not actually jump, but I jumped, like, it scared me. Cause like standing like 3 feet away from me, full black clothes, bro. Hair that kind of covered the eyes. It just scared me. I didn't hear her footsteps at all either. Like, it genuinely scared me. But it scared me like how that one game. So I've been playing a game and I want to compare it to something so you understand, right? Because I wasn't expecting either. So there's a game called Shift at Midnight. It's very popular right now, and it was last year because Markiplier played it and Joe Bart. But what happened was that I've been recording for 26 minutes. That is crazy. But what had happened was that there's this one part where like this fucking like girl in all black talks to you, and like you interview her, and you're supposed to scan people with like this thing to see if they're like a doppelganger or not. And I scanned her, and it just jump scared me, and I had headphones on really loud, so I just got, my heart just skyrocketed, and it scared me, bro. Like, I genuinely got scared. I went, oh! I screamed a little bit. It was already pretty late, but no one heard me. I mean, my brother, well, like, literally had just gotten home when I did that, so he didn't hear me. But, bro, like, that's about the same, like, amount of scared that I was when that happened to me. But it just sucks when people think that you are, like, I don't know what the word is, like a weird creep that, like, stares at women. I know I look the part because I'm, like, a fat, like, "Hey there, fair maiden. How's it going, princess?" You know that clip of, like, that fat guy that wears, like, the top hat and he, like, claps his feet? Like, he's, like, he has him kicking up and he... That's how they expect I'd start talking, bro. But where are the targets, bro? Oh, they're right here. But literally, move. But that actually sucks, because it makes me feel bad, and it makes them feel not comfortable, and I am not the type of person to want to make someone feel uncomfortable. Okay? And the thing is, like if I actually was that kind of person and I was trying to, like, follow them or something, see, people don't know about this because it isn't very mainstream. There's a website where you can look up just, like, the people that own their houses' names. Like, just, like, look them up, right? Like, John, middle name, and then Doe. Like that, for example, right? How did I get full ammo? What the heck? But literally, if you look up their full name, and put the general area of where you think they live. It'll give you a list or who lives where. I find that very scary, but it's legal. There's 2 websites that do that. It's very legal. Legal. Like, I'm being serious. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. But, like, that's how I feel like a lot of YouTubers get doxxed, but because it just seems it's the easiest way, if that makes sense. But that's all I'm trying to say. Holy fuck, dude! How did that scare me, bro? What the fuck? Anyway, bro, whatever, bro. I'm upset now. I made myself upset. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna talk about something else now to make myself. I got this little comic with the Skeletor figure. I don't know where I think his staff is still on my bed, but yeah, I reviewed this guy in a video like right before this. Dude, his freaking like back thing keeps keeps coming in, then it's kind of annoying. I wish it would just be one piece, but then how would they put it on? But I might glue that. Well, I most likely am. But he came with this, you know. And then the thing that kind of bothers me is that it's a very short comic. He-Man beats their asses, and then at the end, freaking what's her name? Tila, yeah. Fucking, he's like, I have the power, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. You know he does that, right? and then he kicks Beastman's ass, and then Skeletor's, and he's like, yeah, Eveline, get us out of here. And then they say like something like it's right before the final battle, even though this is just some random ass day. Not important, by the way. She says, Skeletor will be back, He-Man. And then he says, and we'll be ready for him. Like, they're acting like it's literally right before the final battle. Literally, it's not. Not an important day. But anyways, I want to get Man-at-Arms. And, Beastman and He-Man. I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it's one more thing. It still confuses me that these are the same character. Like, no, they are not at that point, bro. I mean, this is Skelly God, but he still technically is because the Skeletor from He-Man Revelations looks like this, kinda. Just a more normal face and not as muscular. Like literally, just the normal one. He gets, but this one had a cape. But he gets, I'm pretty sure it's called the Master Sword. And then he's like, at the end he's like, I have the power. And then, like there's a drawn shot where he's standing above his castle like this, like looking down. And then he looks up and he's like, I am the master of the universe. And that's it. I don't know how I didn't like all of the stuff that I like now when I was a kid. I'm still a kid, what am I talking about? I mean, like, when I was younger. I'm gonna keep rambling until my brother gets in here. Because a lot of the stuff I have is from what I liked back then. Bro, back then was like 8 years ago for me. But, literally, well, I can call stuff nostalgic, though I can do that, but fucking, a lot of the stuff I had was either from, like, an IP that I really like now, like, oh, I have acid reflux, sorry. But, I just have a lot of random-ass cool shit that my brother liked, because he liked Transformers. And I had a lot of now I have a lot of Transformers, but luckily for me, I grew up. I'm still growing up, bro. What am I talking about? I'm growing up in the prime and not prime of action figures, okay? Because back then, hold on, I'm gonna use this as an example. their knees were like, hold on, their legs were like this, right? Like this, right? Look. You just put their weapon in their hand and this is all they can do. Head move side to side. They can do that, that, and that, and that. That's it. There was no knee joints, no elbow joints, nothing like that. And then Todd McFarlane came in the 90s and started actually giving figures better articulation, like joints like this. Because Micronauts try to do that, but their issue was the wrists and the ankles would break easily because the pigs were bad. And then Marvel, this just kind of ruined the figure, I'm not gonna lie. Has a screw right there, actually. That kind of ruined the Unburgeon whip. Can I just turn... I can't even turn that around, whatever. I'll find someone to cover that up eventually. I don't want him to have a hole in his ass, but... this guy... No, it's not there. Yeah, this guy was made in 2005. I think I'm getting sick. No, that happens when I talk about it. This guy was made in 2005. You know, you actually start to see the double jointed elbows. Did it? What the fuck? Okay, it didn't. I got scared. I thought it like snaps. But there still wasn't good wrist swivels. It would be like half of the forearm, and then the wrist can move side to side. Then the thigh swivel. And then that. You know, the ankle moving up and down the toe band. And then the ankle pivot, which was actually pretty good for back then. But there wasn't no ab crunch yet, apparently. A lot of old figures did, it just didn't look that good. It was actually really bad. This one kind of has an ab crunch, not really though, because it really sucks. I'm just making another figure review at this point. But yeah, you can do that and stuff. But yeah, they just get better, you know, a lot stronger, sturdier. But if I grew up in the 80s, dude.
Do you want a bologna sandwich?
A what?
A bologna sandwich?
Can I have a normal sandwich?
A normal sandwich?
Yeah, like the cheese and lettuce
I'll
and
see
meat.
if we have the other.
And the meat.
I'll see if I have the other meat.
Thank-
Otherwise, if not, do you want a bologna sandwich?
Yeah. Thank you. I don't know where my brother is. It's probably gone overtime actually in the game, but yeah. That's what I wanted to talk about. I got pretty in depth here, but this is I don't even know what this video was about at the beginning. Oh yeah. Anyway, that's it for today. Bye.